workspace set up and ready to go. You've got all your tools and all the materials that you're going to use set out. Then you want to go ahead and take your gloves and put those on. Like I said, we don't typically have a whole lot of messes here, but you are dealing with stain and paint, and so your hands can get dirty, so it's a good idea to wear gloves. We have some really good hand cleaner that we keep here at the shop that's got pumice in it that does a good job of taking that off your hands. Just a reminder, soap or hand cleaner will take that off your hands. It will not take it off your clothes. So you want to wear either an apron or some kind of an older t-shirt, something like that you don't mind getting a little bit messy. Okay? So you're going to take the stain, the cup of stain that you chose, and we're going to apply this to your board. And so we gave you a couple of these rags. If you haven't done a lot of staining before, the best way to go about that is just to dip your rag in the stain, and then you're going to wipe it on. Now I'd encourage you to wipe it the same direction as the grain. And the main reason that you're going to do that is just going to give it a more even, cleaner application. You don't want to go too heavy with the stain, because if you get too much on there, then the wood is going to end up kind of looking wet, and it's going to take longer for it to dry. So you want to go ahead and apply that all over the board. You're going to do this for the front, for the back, as well as on your backings. Now the reason we tell you not to put too much on there is because it's always easier to add stain than it is to take stain off. And so you are going to want to make sure that you get this the color that you want it. And if you get too much on there, it can be kind of tricky to get it back to the color that you want it. Now if you do have a place where maybe you got a little bit more than you intended, you can take this other rag, or if you've got a piece of rag at home that you want to use, that, and then you can go over it and just smooth that stain out to make sure that you get it the color that you want and end up the way that you like it. Now we always tell people whenever they're staining to go ahead and stain the front as well as the back, also the sides. And the reason we do that, especially if you distressed your wood, is that a lot of times you think you're really going to like one side and you end up really liking the other side better. And so I would encourage you to go ahead and stain both sides, so that once it's fully done, you can decide which side you really like the best and which side you want to go with. So we're going to finish up getting the stain on here and then move on to the next video. Once you've got your staining done, you've got your backing stained, everything is ready to go, it's good to just give it a few minutes to dry. You don't have to leave it for a real long time, but get it to where whenever you touch it, you're not getting stain on your hands. So go grab a drink, change your playlist, spend a few minutes, get a snack, do something like that, and then come back whenever it's dry and we'll get started on the next step.